Hi, my name is Lucia Willermin and welcome to the DigiMESH MOOC. Today we will talk about digital footprint and how to manage our online presence. I think the majority of you have at least once in your life Google yourself. What is the result? Well, every time that we use internet, we leave a digital footprint. And a Google search is exactly a listing of all your digital footprints. What is in practice? Well, a digital footprint is a trail of data that derives from a person's internet activity. It's basically the sum of all the action online, from visiting a website to interacting to social media, that are registered and stay online. Why is it important for us? If you are a job seeker, you should be aware the employer might investigate potential candidates. They can crawl through your social media posts and all your online activities and gain an insight about your personal life because recruiters want to know more about candidates. And some of those employers, we'll see later more in detail, might be turned off by the recreational use of alcohol or drugs, profanity, some political and religious posts and so on. In Europe, there is actually a tighter protection regime that actually prevented recruiters to conduct research on potential candidates. And those guidelines say that those companies should have a legal ground to check candidates' social media profiles. Nevertheless, they keep doing it, and we'll see now more in detail. 96% of recruiters use social media to find out about candidates. And 81% of employers said they actually screen even the freelancers. And 70% of employers research their job candidates. But the alarming data is that 34% of organizations found content online that has caused them to reprimand or fire an employee. You might think that the easy way is not to be online. Well, it's not actually the case because employers think that when a candidate is not online, they are hiding something, they are not part of the conversation, or worse, they don't actually have nothing to offer to the topic. There are two different kinds of digital footprint that can be divided between active and passive. The active ones is when you consciously share information about yourself on the web, while the passive ones are all the information about your online activity they are tracked and collect without you being fully aware. The active ones can be summed up as your social media interaction, all the mail and text messages that you send, for example, even on WhatsApp. Whenever you accept the cookies on your browsers or when you fill an online form or leave a post on an open social media. The passive ones are instead, for example, your IP address, cookies and tracking data that are created by your activity online and you're not aware of, or whenever you are geolocated, for example, when you're using Google Maps. Or a social media networking track that they are used for advertising, for example. Why is it important to know them? Well, you should really try to avoid to leave behind you a negative footprint. There are three basic rules. The first rule is never bad-mouthing others, especially previous colleagues, companies, or employers. Do not make reference about drugs and alcohol, and do not use and have any discriminatory behavior online because more and more recruiters have stricter DEI guidelines. How to manage your online presence? There is something you can do and you should start from today. Well, first of all, try to use different email addresses that can differentiate your personal activities and your job hunting and professional tasks. Do not rely on the incognito mode. This is just avoid your PC or your phone to have the chronology of your activities, but you are exposed online, so use a VPN instead. Ask the website that contains your personal information to actually take them down. Then, as we saw at the beginning, it's relevant that you Google yourself, but you don't just stop to the first page. You check even images, videos, and news that might have negative results, and you should delete them or ask those websites to delete those. And then be aware about the privacy setting on all your social media accounts and consider restricted the ones that are not relevant to your job search, for example, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. What can you actually do more? Well, you should create a strong password in order not to be hacked. You should keep your software updated and utilize an antivirus. You should never share personal data whenever you are connecting to a Wi-Fi, for example, your credit card details. And this is very easy. Most of people do it. You should not log in using Facebook. There is a commercial website. They have a free basic version, which is called Brand Yourself, that can scan through all your social media profile and your emails and your digital footprint and give you a reputation score. One of the tasks of this MOOC will be actually try to brand yourself and see the results and delete all the negative footprints that you have left behind over the years. A general good rule that I like to remind is that before you post anything, you should think, is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? And is it kind? Whenever you follow all those rules, you'll be sure that you don't leave any negative footprint behind you. What can you do more? Well, you can be authentic and polished whenever interact online. You should really engage in the conversation, for example, LinkedIn, and be consistent in it. And you should connect with the right audience in the right places. So use social media in a professional manner, engage with professionals on LinkedIn, with family and friends on Facebook, and for example, with other targets on other social media. Those are the basic rules about digital footprint. I hope you enjoy the lesson. Thank you for watching. Bye.